So how do you feel when you've messed up, or maybe you've sinned again in some area that you really are struggling with? Doesn't feel good, does it? Perhaps you did something with good intentions, but it didn't turn out well. Well, how about when others mess up? And they mess up towards us, and perhaps making us feel betrayed or unfairly judged. Or how about when you've ever learned that you've judged someone too quickly, learning more facts later on that exonerated the person and putting them in a better light? Sometimes it's hard to remember, but how greatly God has forgiven us and how readily we need to forgive others. So they took a survey of Americans and they asked them, how important is it for us to forgive? And 94% of Americans said it's extremely important to forgive. Now, 48% said they usually try to forgive others. So why is there a gap? Perhaps maybe we don't understand what forgiveness is, and we associate forgiveness with weakness, like letting them off the hook. Only the very special or saintly can really forgive. But remember, forgiveness is a conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance toward a person or a group who has harmed you, regardless of whether they have actually deserved your forgiveness. It's a great definition. So, is unforgiveness hindering your relationship with family or friends? Is it hindering your relationship with God? And is forgiveness a decision? Does it require any action? Are there any consequences for unforgiveness? Well, let's look at some passages. You, Lord, are forgiving and good, abounding in love, said the psalmist in 86:5. Jesus modeled forgiveness even from the cross. Remember, Jesus said, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing. He said this in Luke 23. And Lord, how many times shall I forgive my brother or sister who sins against me? Up to 7 times? And what did Jesus answer? He said, I'll tell you, not even 7 times, but 77 times. And that's in Matthew 18:21. So here are 6 steps for seeking forgiveness. Ready? Number 1, admit what you did was wrong or hurtful. Number 2, try to understand and empathize with the pain you may have caused. Number 3, take responsibility for your actions and make restitution if necessary. Number 4, assure your partner that you will not do it again. Number 5, apologize and ask for forgiveness. A sincere apology is a powerful addition to a request for forgiveness. And I'm sorry. I was wrong. Please forgive me. Maybe some of the most important words you can say. Ready? I'm sorry. I was wrong. Please forgive me. These can be healing words. Some of the most healing words that can be said between 2 people. And number 6, then, you got to forgive yourself. It takes hard work and effort, but you must work on that. So here's some signs that you have forgiven. Ready? Number 1, you do not tell anyone else what they did to you. Number 2, you accept the matter of forgiveness as a life sentence. Number 3, you pray that they will be blessed. Number 4, you do it over and over again each day, as many times as is necessary. You know, there's a story by Corrie ten Boom. She told of not being able to forget a wrong that had happened to her, and she had forgiven the person, but she just kept rehashing the incident, and she couldn't even sleep. Finally, she cried out to God for help, and putting the problem to rest, she said, His help came in the form of a kindly Lutheran pastor, Corrie wrote, to whom I confessed my failures after 2 sleepless weeks. Up in the church tower, he said, nodding toward the window, there's a bell up there, and it's rung by pulling on a rope. But you know what? After the sexton lets go of the rope, the bell keeps on ringing and swinging. First ding, then dong, and slower, until there's a final dong, and it stops. And I believe the same thing is true of forgiveness, she wrote. When we forgive, we take our hand off of the rope. But if we've been tugging at our grievances for a long time, we mustn't be surprised if the old angry thoughts keep coming for a while. And they're just the ding-dongs of that bell, slowing down. And so it proved to be, she said. There were a few more midnight reverberations, a couple of times when the subject would come up, she said in her conversations. But the force, which was my willingness in the matter, had gone out of them, and they came less and less often, and at last they stopped altogether. We can trust God not only above our emotions, but also above our thoughts.